he wanted to take it away from the private bar. He says, oh, no, we're doing it. Well, I saw who was doing it. I visited with the guy. I went into his office. I couldn't find a place to sit. Files were stacked all over the sofa. He was in charge of all of it. I spent $11 million, never got back all $11 million, but I got a lot of satisfaction. And I taught a lot of guys how to do it, and they've been doing it great since. Now they're after the class action. In 1960, we decided that was a good one to put into the public. I set up seminars. We taught people. You shouldn't let people steal $3 each time they do it, if it adds up to millions of dollars. You can't talk about that as a frivolous lawsuit. It's a lawsuit for the consumer, and they'll change it and take it away from you before you finish dessert. That's the society we're in. That's what made Bill Moyer say, democracy, American democracy, is an accident. It's about to leave us. What used to bring us together is being taken apart, diced, sliced, and divided. I can vouch for Barbara Boxer. One day she told me, the reason I'm in politics, Herb, is I heard you speak in San Rafael. I thought, well, I got something how to run for governor. You never know what's going to happen. John Burton was at my place. We're talking. We're both crying. This was before gay marriages got approved. And we're hugging each other right there in public. By the way, half the time he doesn't smell that great. But you can tell he's a very virile guy. If a little overreacting on the emotion. Very few times in your life will you find reason to love politicians. You got the right people in Barbara. We had the right person in John. And there are a few others like Sheila Keel and others that just really care. And you've got wonderful other people. Tonight I decided to bring something that's a miracle that's happening that nobody seems to know about, and that's okay with me. A few years ago, Bob Balzer and I decided that if the 7 newspapers that he was publisher of would help us in promoting them, we would put on concerts where I'd pick up all the tabs, but the people would have to sell the tickets. They'd have to work so that at the end of the day they developed muscle. And they didn't just learn how to beg, they learned how to do. There are 100 heads of charities in this room tonight. I'd like you to give them a round of applause. They're my guests. What started in Claremont, when you start to think, well, what can I do? What started in Claremont with a little thing called Shoes That Fit. I mean, they couldn't have run that by Madison Avenue. Shoes That Fit. What'd you give your money to? Shoes That Fit. Silly name, but a very wonderful organization. It grew from a little single office to now it's in 34 different states. It gives out 500,000 backpacks and shoes that kids don't have to be ashamed of taking to school. And I know because during the Depression, I never had a new pair of shoes. It means something to a kid. They do that. Over here in Beverly Hills, Sharon Robb, Children at Risk. I didn't know they had any children at risk outside of Lindsay Lohan in Beverly Hills. What the hell could they be at risk of? Not getting a Gucci handbag for their birthday? Well, they're there. You have to be an anthropologist to discover them, but they're there hanging out. She never sold tickets in her life. She sold 400 last year. She wants 800 this year. We have, right, Bernice? Over 15,000 people wanting tickets for our concerts this year. We had to add an extra night and then turn down 3,000 people. How many of you had even knew or heard that was happening? See? You don't have to be in the paper. You just have to do it. Just do it. You don't have to do everything. Just do something. Now, I wanted my gentle, caring, loving people that I work with all the time in Shoes That Fit, gang programs, drug programs, rehabilitation programs, gang programs, caring people. I wanted them to meet some of the most obnoxious, porcupine-laden people I've ever met in my life. Jamie's group. They don't belong to any club that'll advance their career because they don't want to be able to have to be nice to those people when they finally get around to screwing everybody else. These are the people who rage for justice. These are the other side. And I thought, how do I justify them, these undiplomatic people that just get in your face and scream at you? These girly men. How do I explain them to my other gentle people? To the Flying Doctors of Mercy, who now joined our concerts, who won the Nobel Peace Prize for serving in Darfur and all the places in the world. Here tonight, by the way. Let's hear it for them. How do I explain these antagonistic, in-your-face fighters to protect the American dream? How do I explain them? The same way I explain the tort system. The same way I explain the charities. Bill Gates, bless his heart. Ted Turner shamed him into giving some money to charity. Ted Turner was worth $3 billion. He gave 2 of it away. He decided, you'll move down the Fortune 500 list, but damn it, you'll do some good in the meantime. He's done good in the meantime. He had $30 billion given to his charity. $1.5 billion a year they spend, and they spend it wisely and well, and more power to them. But what about a group that saved, during the same time his charity's been in existence, $62 billion in insurance premiums for people that drive cars? Who can use that money to feed their kids and send them to school and whatever else happens. Isn't that charity too? So when I think about Consumer Watchdog, when I think about them, and I think about those wonderful nurses who care, I also think about those wonderful nurses who got up in Arnold's face and made him run for cover. When they say people can't change, you change that guy. Every time I listen to him, I hear a nurse's voice coming out. Oh, I really. Next thing you know, he'll be the world's greatest environmentalist. Who knows? But the point is, what are these people? Well, my friends, the doctors, the Flying Doctors of Mercy, you know that the greatest protection against the viruses that affect the human body is the immune system. When the immune system goes to work, you don't want it negotiating. You want it killing those little bugs. You call on the special forces. Go get them. That's this group. They do the same thing. They protect the same body. They protect society. They do it like a special force unit, like the immune system in the body. We're all on the same page. That's all I wanted to tell you.